Hi, I'm Denise. I get to guide you through a yoga class this afternoon in beautiful Quillumbung Creek in Port Macquarie. So have your yoga mat ready and settle yourself into a quiet space wherever you are. And we'll start off lying back on the mat. So I get you to lie down with your feet hip width apart, a comfortable distance away from your hips, and your hands resting on your belly. And then close your eyes and start to become aware of your body and how you're feeling right now. Allow the body to relax into this position. Soften all the facial muscles, the shoulders, the throat. Feel the upper arms relax into your mat. Feel your hands resting on your belly and the movement of the breath below your hands. Allow your legs to be relaxed and effortless. Then feel your whole body from head to toe. Just check in with yourself. Ask yourself, how am I feeling right now? Allow the body to continue to relax and to soften. The breath just moving naturally through the body. And the mind's awareness with the sensations of the body. Throughout the yoga practice, we'll inhale and exhale through the nose. And we'll breathe deeply and slowly, but make sure your breath is comfortable to you. So let your breath settle into a slow, comfortable rhythm. And as you're deepening your breath, feel the movement of the belly underneath your hands become more prominent. Each time you inhale, feel the belly expand and rise up into your hands. And as you exhale, feel the hands sink down as the navel draws down towards the spine. And then move your hands up a little bit. So elbows a little bit wider to the side so the hands can rest on the rib cage. And still the breath is deep and slow, and the ribs now expanding into the hands with each inhalation. And the hands following the movement of the breath with each exhalation. And then move your hands even higher up, right up to the chest with the fingertips pointing towards the collarbones. And then feel the breath right up near the collarbone. So as you inhale, the very top of the ribs expand, but make sure you keep your breath comfortable. And then move one hand back onto the belly, and for the last few breaths there, feel each inhalation expand the belly, the ribs and the chest. And then on the exhalation, feel the hands sink down as the ribs contract and the belly draws in. And then following your next exhalation, gently bring the knees in towards the chest and hug the knees in towards you. Shoulders stay relaxed. If the thighs come down right towards the belly and the chest, you can separate the knees and draw the knees down more towards the armpits. But keep the shoulders relaxed, ankles and feet relaxed, just gently opening into the hips and the lower back. And then bring your feet back onto the mat and take your right ankle and place it on top of the left thigh, just below the knee, and then bring the left knee back in towards the chest. You can reach between the legs with your right hand around the outside of the leg with your left hand and hold on to the back of the thigh or maybe the shin bone if you've got an easy reach there. And as you draw your left knee in towards you, the right knee gently draws away from you. And then we release from there and change sides. So left ankle now onto the right thigh, and then the right knee comes in towards you. Left knee gently draws away from you. Just a few breaths there, gently opening into the hips. And again, we'll release from there, bring the knees into the chest one more time, and then from there, roll over to the right side. And you'll just be curled up on your side for a couple of moments. And from there, we'll come up and come into position on our hands and knees towards the front of the mat. Spread your fingers wide, have the shoulders above the wrist, knees underneath the hips. And then as we inhale, we'll let the navel drop down, bring the chest forward, lift the chin, look up. And exhale, arch up like a cat does, chin in towards the throat, tailbone tucks under. And then again, inhale, ribs come forward, draw the shoulders back, look up. And exhale, look back towards your navel as you tuck the tailbone under, and continue to move like that a few more times. Following your next exhalation, come back to a neutral position. And then from there, we'll step the knees back a little bit more, tuck the toes under and come up into downward facing dog pose. So the feet are about hip width apart, outer edges parallel. If you look forward to your hands, make sure the fingers are spread wide, middle fingers point forward, and then let the head hang. And we'll just walk on the spot a few times, very gently stretching into the backs of the legs. And then bring your knees back to the mat. We'll have the big toes together and spread the knees wide, and then from there walk the hands forward and stretch forward for a few breaths, lengthening all the way from your fingertips right back to your tailbone. We'll lift the head, walk the hands back in towards you. We'll come back onto our hands and knees with the knees slightly further back than the hips. Tuck the toes under. We'll go back into downward facing dog pose. Now raise the right leg up and then bend the knee and take the heel wide out to the side and up towards the sky or the ceiling, depending on whether you're in or outdoors. Let the head hang down and then turn your head up to look underneath your right armpit. We'll drop the right hip back down and then draw the knee right into the chest. Let the shoulders come forward and step forward to a lunge on the right side. You can drop that back knee down and release the back toes. And then come up, make sure your knees above your ankle. Let the arms drop to the side, and then with an inhalation, raise the arms up, shoulders drop down. You can raise your gaze to look up. Deep breath. Each inhalation you reach up with your fingertips. Each exhale the thumbs draw back a bit more. And then release the hands. We'll let the left hand come down onto the mat in line with the with the right ankle and the left hip. And then place your right hand flat on your hip. You can tuck the back toes under and straighten the back leg if you'd like to do a bit more strength work, or leave the back knee down. And then open up to the side, reach up with your right arm. And we'll release from there and move back into downward dog. So you can tuck the back toes under and step back, or make your way back there, whichever way works for you. And then the left leg raises up, bend the knee and open up to the side. Drop your head down and look up underneath your armpit. The left hip drops down. Again, we'll move into the lunge. Let the shoulders come forward and then step the foot forward. Back knee can drop down to the mat. Release the toes and then come up. Let the weight of the body sink down. Maybe adjust the front foot if the knees come forward of the ankle. And then with an inhalation, raise the arms up. Drop the shoulders down. Raise your gaze up to look up between your hands. Each inhalation, reach up a little more. As you exhale, the thumbs draw back. And then let the right hand come down, left hand sits on your hip. Again, those of you wanting to work a bit stronger, you can tuck the back toes under and straighten through the back leg. And then reach up with your left arm and look up. And then release the hand back down. We make our way back to downward dog from there. And then we'll go to sitting down. So you could drop your knees to the mat and then take the feet to the side and sit down on your mat. And then straighten both legs out in front of you. We'll start with a posture that will again open into the hips. So we'll bring the right knee in towards the chest and then wide out to the side, foot against the inside of the thigh. And then turn towards your straight leg. Hold on to the leg or the foot wherever you can reach comfortably. Lift the chest, inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, start to come forward over your legs. Shoulders stay relaxed. Chin in towards the throat. Each exhalation, there's a sense of softening, letting go. Each inhale, the breastbone lifts forward towards the knee a little. And then look up with an inhalation and come back up to sitting. We'll do a twist there. So we'll turn to the right side, left hand on the right knee, right hand behind you, and then lengthen up. Inhale and exhale, twist. Turn your head to look over your right shoulder. Each inhalation expands right into the back around your shoulder blades. Each exhalation, use the hand on your knee as a lever to twist a little further. And then release back to center, and we'll change sides. So the left knee comes in now, and then wide to the side, foot against the inside of the thigh. Turn towards your straight leg, hold on to the leg or the foot, and then lift the chest, inhale. As you exhale, fold forward and down. Inhale, look up, and we'll release from there, and again turn for the twist. This time the right hand reaches across, left hand behind you. Lengthen as you inhale, and then exhale, twist. Turn your head to look over the left shoulder this time. Keep your straight leg active, heel presses forward, toes flex back. And then release back to the center. Release the leg, and we'll do one more seated posture there. I'll get you to bring both feet together now, both knees wide to the side. It doesn't matter how far your knees stick up, just be really soft through the hips, and you can interlace the fingers around the feet and then relax the shoulders. Use that grip on your feet to gently lengthen upwards. Knees draw initially down to the mat and then relax completely through the legs. Chin in towards the throat, and just close your eyes, and we'll sit for a few breaths, gently lengthening the spine upwards with each inhalation, gently drawing the navel back towards the spine with each exhalation. And if you feel you've got the capacity to move into a forward bend from there, not for everyone, but if you can release the feet and then walk your hands forward, breath by breath, lengthening through the back as far forward as you can without losing the length in the spine. Perfectly fine, of course, to stay sitting up if that is a better posture for you today. And then I'll get you to walk your hands back in, those of you who can, forward, and then gently bring the knees together, straighten the legs out, and then give your legs a bit of a wriggle. We'll sit for a little bit longer. So if you sit in a cross-legged position and your knees stick up a long way, it'd be great to sit on something. So you could have a blanket like I've got here, or a cushion to just elevate your hips a little bit so the knees can come down more towards the mat. And you can sit in a cross-legged position or just cross the feet at the ankles, whatever works for you there. And get you to sit with your hands on your knees, thumbs and index fingers touch, palms upwards, and then close your eyes. Let the body settle into the position. If there's anything that isn't comfortable for you there, try and adjust the body so you can be more comfortable. And then bring your attention back to your breath. We'll do a little bit of what's called pranayama, breathing exercise, where initially we establish again that deep, slow rhythm, inhalation and exhalation about the same length. So deepen your breath, but only to a point that you're still comfortable with it. And I'll guide you through a breathing exercise where we breathe in, then we hold the breath, we breathe out, and then we hold the breath. And each part of that breathing exercise is the same length. So if you're not comfortable with my count, just continue to breathe at a pace that's really comfortable to you. It's really important not to strain the breath. So exhale completely now. And then inhale for 1, 2, 3. Hold the breath. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Hold the breath. 1, 2, 3. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Hold. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Hold. 1, 2, 3. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Hold. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Hold. 1, 2, 3. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Hold. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Hold. 1, 2, 3. And continue on from there for just another few rounds at a pace that's comfortable to you. If you'd like to extend the pace that we breathed at before, feel free to do that, or if you need to breathe a little faster, that's perfectly okay. following your next exhalation, allow the breath to return to its own natural rhythm and continue to sit for a few more moments, just observing the body and the breath and everything else that makes up your experience right here, right now. Feeling the sensations of the body sitting. Sensation of the breath, now a lot more subtle. As well as any thoughts or feelings arising. Sounds around you. Allow all that to come and go without holding on to anything or pushing anything away. And then bring your hands together in front of the chest, palms together, thumbs close to the breastbone. We'll take a couple of deep breaths, re-energizing the body. Namaste. So thanks for joining me today, and I'd recommend that you lie back now for 5 to 10 minutes and have a good rest before you join back into your day.